Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Danganronpa. So we're just back after the trial, and we're in a very interesting area. It's like the garbage pits of the school. A rocket and a tank. Really?
It is?
I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. What is the meaning of that? I think I just clicked the same thing. It's down there. We're looking at the desk, I guess. That's what we fell down on. A desk? It's probably the one that fell down here with me. How did we survive? That was a long fall.
Because we're lucky.
I guess so. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit?
That looks like a small plane.
So we just get out of here? Well, so did the tank and missile, really.
That's true.
I didn't think there was actually a tank and missile.
But the students are huge, remember? We're like lower than their waist.
Yeah. So we got a locked door here. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, might as well make myself at home. So I'd look around for some food.
Why did you think there would be food here?
In the garbage. I'm sure there's a ton of food. Well, there's plenty of food down here, but it's all rotten. Yep. But that was pointless too.
Okay.
Next, I search for some water. And how can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Probably most of them. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. Well, always look on the bright side. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was try the door again. Go to sleep.
Wow,
okay.
Great plan.
So motivated. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. Really? You managed to sleep down here? That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to pass by.
Wow, really?
And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Good crunch. What the? What is it? What do you think?
Another person?
The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake.
Oh, it's garbage.
Oh, just garbage.
I should have figured.
As I watched the pile of garbage jostle and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Let's look over at the garbage, I guess. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Oh.
That voice!
A giant piece of trash? Rude.
How incredibly rude, Makoto. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. There she is.
Oh.
Awful.
Well, do you see what's on your head right now?
Mm-hmm.
Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing down here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
Oh, well, aren't we just both gonna be stuck? Unless she has the key. Probably does. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Just a bit. She looked horrified. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you.
Oh, she cleans up quickly.
Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
Oh, Kyoko, you're the best.
I love H2O.
Bring us food. But thank
and
you.
bread.
That too. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going.
So you still haven't given up then?
Of course not. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
No, not at all. Do you have anything else you want to say, Kyoko? But, Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone.
For kind of getting us in this mess in the first place? Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
That's true, we didn't. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
How could you? What was going on?
I I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. Except she kind of did. Not only abandoned us, but she kind of just left us for dead. Did she know it was going to happen? Probably
I don't
not.
know.
And that came out of left field.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost.
Hold it. Well, I think you already specified this, but what was your reason? Why did you have to survive? Other than instinct?
Yeah,
it's true.
I'll tell you everything.
It's about time.
The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What did you come to school to do? What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
So you actually do remember. And what is that very important reason? So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
indeed.
That's right. At least I did, once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot? But that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
But now you remember. Then is it really true? You lost your memory.
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
Usually not a good feeling.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all of that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Yeah, way too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
Damn.
And everyone else's.
Yeah. But, why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Yeah, that's true. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility.
Didn't we pretty much eliminate that to being what it had to be? Because you've already said the headmaster's dead. And, well, I guess she didn't hear that, but Monokuma said that there's no one else involved other than the 16 students, so...
Right.
Pretty much has to be, by the logic of the situation.
But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
The mastermind? One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around here. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
Ah, we were reliable anyway. But why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but
I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand.
Oh, okay, Makoto.
I should understand everything.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Wait, are you remembering stuff now, Makoto, too? What's that about? Gah! It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
are you okay?
Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know?
Thank you.
It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Okay then, so does that mean we can get out of here? Better talk to Kyoko. Well,
Why
okay.
didn't the conversation just continue?
I
instead
don't
of me
know.
having
That's
to hit the button again?
very odd choice. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigation on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
Well, can I be the first to find out what that is? You mentioned your ability.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Oh, didn't we
okay.
joke about that?
I think we said something to the effect that she was like the ultimate spy or investigator or something like that. That was like all the way back at the beginning of the game though. Like from the first investigation, it just seemed that she was really good at investigating things and figuring stuff out.
It would have been better if she was the ultimate dick checker.
Well, I mean, that's part of being the ultimate detective, I think.
I guess so.
The ultimate detective?
correct.
Like it couldn't be any more obvious throughout the entire game.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
Oh. Who was this special someone? You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
What? Your father?
Dun dun dun!
Okay. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? I don't know what to make of that. That's just kind of weird, I guess.
It's just random.
Then that explains when Alter Ego told us about how he thought the headmaster was involved. You were very angry.
I'll find a way.
Well, it does explain her reaction now.
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
Damn.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding.
Okay.
I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him.
Alright, I guess I trust you.
I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy.
Ah, nice.
I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key.
Oh yeah, and about that, can you ever explain why you thought she was the ultimate despair?
Never.
Because I was never on the paper.
The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
That's pretty interesting. Tell us more about that. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
It's really cryptic. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. So,
Do we have to talk to you again?
let's see.
however,
Yeah.
No, we already heard that. Oh, if we hit A, what happens? Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Which
very
is why
clever.
I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
Yeah, hold it. What do you mean what was going on? That's to do with Mikuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her.
Well, I figured.
And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved.
Ooh.
To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mikuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
That's what you meant by the trap. It was.
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean, because of the school regulations? Well, they kind of did interfere directly. They just tried to hide their involvement. Is essentially what they did.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, the whole minimal restrictions bullshit.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in.
Well,
But they have.
yeah, I mean, they certainly seem free to bend the rules whenever they want to. And add additional rules, and I don't know. Like, doesn't really seem like they're that against it.
Yeah. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Wait, is there like another layer of mastermind on top of this that's controlling events?
I don't...
So that'd just be even more confusing.
That is weird, because, like,
Because why would they be bound by rules unless there's someone above them that's forcing this to happen?
if we were thinking that it was one of these students, then all the students are supposedly bound by these rules.
Yeah, but if you're like the mastermind who's like running the show, then you just be
Right.
like, screw the rules. Like,
Is, like, maybe, like, Monokuma's, like, computer system? Like, I don't... That's weird. I don't know.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mikuro Ikusaba.
sure, what's that?
There was a point where Mikuro may not have become the victim.
Oh, really now?
It could have been you, Makoto.
It could have been me? What do you mean by that? I could have become the victim? I guess she's referring to the person in the room.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean... Wait, that doesn't make sense though. Why would they try to kill us, but then they couldn't kill her?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
What's the logic in that? During the night? Right, that really doesn't make any sense, if that's what they're trying to say here.
Yeah. I can hear them, you know.
You can hear who?
The footsteps of the god of death. What?
What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves.
If you say so, Kyoko, you're sounding like Hiro now.
That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Wait, she sees dead people?
No, just the Shinigami.
Okay.
anyway,
Ryuk. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. It was a person wearing a white coat.
Makoto, you really need to lock your frickin' doors.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
Well, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of things, of course.
Of course.
I stopped them, but that led to...
Of course. Oh.
Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
But the coat. It's mysterious.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
Oh, alright, well, I guess tell us more about that, even though it seems kind of necessary. So all this would mean is that whoever killed Mikuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
Well, that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Then why didn't they just kill her in the first place? I still don't understand that.
And she just said that they couldn't.
They can't kill someone unless it's unrelated and it's used as part of a scheme to kill someone else. That's awfully convoluted.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
but doesn't that create just another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction.
Yeah.
And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room.
So...
Thank you. Everything they did is a contradiction.
Okay. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright then. Well, I still don't understand why in that case they wouldn't just kill you directly and save the
Yeah.
hassle. But, okay, sure. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity.
Really? I thought you'd figured it out already.
The identity of the other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? I'm calling it.
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
Just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
the tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair.
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this.
all the evil in the world.
That is the ultimate despair.
That it is.
And that is our real enemy.
Okay then. Chapter 5 is over, I guess. Well, that was interesting. Still not really sure what the junk food junkie was about.
I thought that was supposed to be Hina,
I have no idea.
but
Ooh. The Dream Island Rocket.
okay.
Okay. It's a nifty little present. Okay then.
I'm excited to have more expression in my voice. I
That's
was
true.
Reading just like a monotonous
Oh,
robot.
come on, it's fun. But maybe I'll leave off here for now. I think that was a lot of information to take in, and hopefully the next part we get to actually doing more things in the game itself. We learned a lot about Kyoko, though. That was pretty interesting.
It was.
So, that was good at least. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next part.
Bye.